page here.
There you are. I had you all set up there.
For some reason, I look like I'm off the page.
Well, you might be, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I gotta sit close to you.
No!
Lord,
no! Don't start this on a live stream.
Hello, everybody.
Let me get this stuff here lined out here. I just hate it. One thing goes away when you turn something else on. Oh, let's see if we can't make this happen. Oh, let's just do this here.
Okay, so where did our chat go?
I don't know, but it disappeared, didn't it?
It did, and you're going to have to go back and... Hello, everybody. This is Deep South. I'm Danny, and... No, I'm not Danny. You're Danny, and I'm Wanda.
You're not Danny. I'll assure you of that.
Hello, everybody. We lost our chat. We couldn't... for some reason, it's not coming up.
It's not coming up.
You're going to have to leave it alone and put it back. I'll read this little print.
No.
He's Danny, I'm Wanda, and we're getting really confused. Restore our chat.
I'll restore it right here, but gosh, it's so tiny.
It's tiny, and it's not letting us do what we need to do.
Oh, my word. That ain't good.
We got a lot of people popped in, and I don't know how many of them I missed. I just see.
Oh, man.
So are we on the right page? Are y'all seeing us? You hearing us?
Let me see one more time. I'm going to try this one more time.
Let's see what they say. For some reason,
it will not let us see the chat.
Okay.
That ain't good.
Well, we can see the little Gemini I got to reflect fresh. Are you hearing us, though? Somebody tell me. Do you see us? Do you hear us? Yes. Okay.
Ifs and wins.
Wow, get it together. Y'all, we got 4 more minutes before 8 o'clock, so y'all are just early.
Y'all all early. We decided to try to come on here early because we knew it was going to take that long to get this program started.
They're saying loud and clear, proper truck. Howdy from Ohio, Richard Barnes. Y'all, if we can't see everything, I'm sorry. He couldn't get the... chat to work tonight. It's not letting us make it big for whatever reason. So we're trying to have to read a little lines.
Little lines. I don't know why it won't let it come up.
Well, I've been having fits with it. Remember I told you it wouldn't change my thumbnail. I've had 3 live streams going in 5 minutes because it wouldn't change the thumbnail. It kept giving me last week's thumbnail.
Eagle Lover from Texas. That's the one that wanted us to adopt them, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think it was, yeah. Yippee! I remember it. Hey, I remember. Don't look. I remember comments now.
Yeah, especially different ones. We got to where we know most of you anyway. We feel like we know who you are, and we've never met you. I might think you're the cutest, tallest blonde person, and you might be brown-headed.
Jude wants to know, Danny, when are you planting corn? Well, that'll be way over in March. You know, it won't be anytime soon. But now we have planted potatoes, some that we have. We haven't got our potatoes in yet, but we got some in. And we planted our English peas. That we have done.
Try this again.
You gonna try one more time?
Yeah, they were saying tap. We do tap the thing, but when we do that to get our pop-out chat, it's just a white screen. It doesn't go through.
It's just a plain white screen. It's not
putting the pop-up chat there. That's what the deal is. So it's something on YouTube's side. They're having issues today, and I've seen that several channels have had problems with Chinese Bitcoin type things taking over their channel. Dana Ashley had that happen this week, and then another channel. So guys, if something happens that it looks like you pop on to Deep South and it's not Deep South, don't desert us. Give us time to figure it out.
Rito says, do you grow rabbits? We don't anymore. We used to grow a lot of rabbits, and we butchered a lot of rabbits, but we haven't grown rabbits in what, over a year now?
It's been about a year.
Been about a year.
Where are you guys located? We are in Mississippi.
South Mississippi, 30 miles north of the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Marcia says she's a transplanted Mississippian now in Minnesota.
Oh boy, you went from one extreme to the other.
Is Epsom salt good for potatoes?
It's a magnesium. You can put it on them. It's not going to hurt them. I put it in my field occasionally.
Yeah, Janet says YouTube's been messing up stuff. Yeah. Well, I tried the live stream the way I usually do it, and I changed the thumbnail, and it kept popping the wrong thumbnail up, and I'd change it again. And so I had 3 live streams going at one time.
Okay. Negate says Alexa Pure is slammed and the shipping has been delayed.
I'm not sure what that means, slammed.
Whatever happened.
Oh, it's not getting sent out?
It's not getting sent out, I guess. Your Eagle Lover says, can't wait to see you in person at the gathering. Okay.
Great. We have not grown sunchokes before. That's something we don't care about.
We don't really care about stuff like that, so we don't waste our soil and our time for it. I mean, I know it's good, but it's just one of those things that we're just not fond of.
Yeah. So tonight we wanted to have a little fun, and you're going to have to get my calendar. I forgot it. It's late. You're going to have to go right there and get one and bring it to me. Or either I got to get up in front. So.
Okay.
Y'all, we had the most fun. And I know this sounds weird because most people don't have fun going to the funeral home. But Danny and I went, and before y'all get on our case, there was nobody there. There wasn't a funeral going on. It was just the funeral director and one other worker.
The funeral director happens to be a very personal friend of mine.
And he's like the
he's
best
like the
guy.
Best, he's like the best prepper you'll ever meet.
He is awesome.
He's a homesteader. To look at him, you would say, oh my gosh, this guy is not a homesteader, but he is.
And he's like the perfect funeral director. He does everything. He was there for Danny's mom when she passed. And when Debbie passed.
When Debbie passed, Debbie's mother passed. He actually went and stayed in the convalescent home while we went home and took a bath and everything and stayed with her. And she actually passed while we was at the house, but he stayed right there with her. I mean, he's really a great guy.
This guy has more stories than Gemini Homestead. I'm telling you. I thought Gemini Homestead had a lot of stories, but this guy, I think he tops her. It was just fun. We had a good time visiting with him, and this is what we got. These are our funeral home.
Something wrote on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's happy birthday, Deborah.
Oh.
Deborah Oster wanted one for her birthday, so happy birthday, Deborah. But anyway, the funeral home calendars. That's what we have. We're giving one away here in a little bit. Figured we'd wait till about maybe a quarter after.
Whatever. I mean,
something like that. Around a quarter after, we'll try to give that away. And then later in at least 8:30, quarter till 9, we're going to give away one of Ron Foster's books. Ron contacted us when I said I was going to give away a book, and he said he would send it from Amazon to whoever wins, and he will also send them a link to the audio book of it, and ever who wins gets to choose out of his 65 books. You can choose whatever book you want. So I think that's pretty cool.
Felicia says, can I plant sweet potatoes from the store to use for my slips to grow sweet potatoes this spring? You probably can. You don't know what variety you're getting. I can tell you that. And some of them do good. Some of them don't do good. It's kind of iffy, but it will work. It will work.
Yeah.
They don't spray them that I'm aware of. Let me put it that way. They don't spray them with sprout nip like they do regular potatoes.
Yeah, and if you do have like a farmer's market type thing or a roadside stand or something that sells the sweet potatoes, you're pretty well guaranteed those haven't been sprayed.
Eagle Love from Texas says, listening to Old Farts by Ron.
Good.
Good.
See, we kind of getting people hooked on his books. And let me show you, let me see, where is it?
That's wrong. That's the wrong one.
We'll talk about that one in a minute.
There we go. Oh.
All right. These are the first books I got from him, The Longest Walk. And Saddle Ridge I said the longest road. And so Ron said if Saddle Ridge would contact me and give me her information, he will send her a book. So Saddle Ridge, if you're in the live stream tonight, send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. These are the first books I got from him. And like I said, he has 65. These here are the ones that I'm talking about, a couple of them on Crazy Days, the Bug Out Gardening Guide and Sharecropping the Apocalypse. Both of these are really good, have a lot of gardening information, plus figuring out how to, the sharecropping thing is like after everything happens, you end up having to have some rules and regulations. And so that kind of how people work together after and start gardening again. All right, I saw somebody else said they had was reading. I bought the survival.
Yeah,
Springfield Ridge.
Springfield Ridge. So I was sitting there reading. So he bought the survival from Old Forest book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sitting there trying to keep up with the chat while you was running through some of that stuff. But what all we have over here? I know she got lots and lots of pictures.
Yeah, and I forgot some pictures. I know I did.
Okay, well, let's just start it.
Let's start with the fruit trees that you did this. We did. I don't think we told y'all about these last week, or I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. Did we put the video up?
It's on Patreon.
It's on Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We just did a short little video and threw it on Patreon because I'm way behind on videos on Deep South.
Yeah, we decided to turn this whole hillside we had here into a fruit orchard. So Wanda and I made a big financial investment into, gosh, I forgot how many fruit trees it was. We got
10 or 12.
About 10 or 12 fruit trees in 3-gallon pots. And we have approximately, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 more coming.
At least 20.
Around 20 more coming for other places to plant on the property here. So.
And then we have 2 from another place.
Yeah. And then we, Ms. Wanda this week had made a prep order from.
I got a video coming up, 2 videos on my prep order and another prepping for, what do I call it, procrastinators. Somebody wanted me to do prepping for procrastinators. So
okay.
I have videos on Crazy Days for those, but we vacuum sealed the oatmeal and some grits.
Cherie says, can you put rabbit poop on fruit trees? Yes, it's called.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. We used to put it around our orange tree when we had rabbits, and that tree just flourished. I mean, we got like 60 oranges that year off that tree.
Yeah, and your grandpa's fig. His grandpa's fig tree had never really borne maybe 1 or 2 figs, and I started throwing the rabbit poop around it, and it bore like twice that year, and excellent the next year. So I don't know what we're gonna do since we don't have any now, but. Okay, so this is at the funeral home, guys.
Yep.
Y'all see the pretty settee and stuff. The funeral home director actually took the pictures for us. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Now, should I tell them about the calendar or?
Yeah, well, yes, because I don't think you've. Yeah.
I did on Patreon. I told them all about the calendar on Patreon.
Yeah, you want to talk about that? I'll watch the chat while you do that.
Yeah.
Here, you want to?
I'll take this one. This was one that you
Even though it's Deborah's.
This is Deborah's calendar here, but this funeral home calendar here, if you look right here in the corner right up here, it has the above ground crop dates, it has the below ground crop root days, and it has planting seed dates, all that kind of stuff for that month, for the days. It has all them laid out there for you. It tells what day of the month the signs are in the neck or in the head or in the reins or in the bowels, feet, knees, and all that kind of stuff. But guys, even though it does all this, this is not the thing that got me. This guy, because he is a homesteader himself, he told me, he said, Danny, this calendar right here, he said, you'll find out something about this calendar that you won't find in any other calendar. He said, this calendar right here is not with the new sun. Now that caught my attention because I said, not with the new sun. He said, no. He said, this calendar is based on the old Chinese calendar. He said, it will not line up with your new Farmer's Almanac. He said, your new Farmer's Almanac is wrong. He said, because it's based on the new sun. He said, you wonder why some of your stuff don't work right when you're planting it? It's because you're planting by the new position of the sun. He said, they've realized that the sun had moved just like we realized it. And he said, so they went back to 1968 and they worked with the calendar, with the Chinese calendar from 1968, and they developed the planting dates from the old position of the sun, not the new position of the sun. So therefore, it is supposed to be more accurate than what the new stuff is. So that's the good thing about this particular calendar.
Okay, somebody asked, "Do we know where they got these calendars?" I I really
They
don't.
have them custom made for the funeral home,
But that you
but I
can
don't
get them
know.
made, because I started to have some made for Deep South, but I waited till almost January to do it, and then I thought it's too late, because
Yeah,
even
because I
he
don't.
told us he didn't get his till late December,
Yeah,
and they usually
he
send
ordered
them.
his in November and got them in late December.
No, he said he usually orders them in September, and he got them in October, and then last year was November, and this year was December before he got
Yeah,
them.
before he. That's what I said before he got them. He said he
Yeah,
ordered them in November though.
he was getting them late,
Yeah,
and it
because he
was
got a
really
late start on them. But
um,
anyway, that was a little bit of information about the calendar that I thought was pretty interesting that the gentleman actually shared with it.
mm-hmm. And let's see.
Mickey says, "Does the Farmer's Almanac know this? I live by that thing." I don't know. I'm just going by what this guy told me. He
Yeah,
told me,
we
he
don't
said,
have
this
any.
calendar will not line up with the Farmer's Almanac because the Farmer's Almanac goes by the new position of the sun, and this one does not. He said this one is the accurate one, not like the almanac.
Somebody wants to know what's causing the sun to reposition.
Um, it is part of the grand solar minimum that's happening. The sun is going to sleep, and this happens about every 400 years. Everything gets out of whack, and then it's got to work its way back into whack. So it's nothing. Man didn't cause this. It's just one of those things. It's a solar cycle thing that just happens.
Okay, I'm seeing some Sunkissed Homestead wants to know why their lemon tree branches on the top have turned white and losing their leaves. Do you have any idea?
Well, what now? I was reading other comments.
I'll read. You just
Okay,
answer. Lemon tree, the top branches I think are turning white, and the leaves are wanting to fall off.
I've never seen the branches turn white. Now, the leaves will fall off a lot of times just because of a lack of nutrition.
Yeah. So we went in there, and Danny asked him, could we get some calendars, and
yeah,
he was telling him about the gathering, and he said that everybody loved the calendar, so we wanted to know, could we get a few to give away at the gathering. And so Darren goes, how many are going to be at the gathering? And Danny says, oh, probably 500. And he goes, you want 500 calendars?
He said, do you need 500? And I told him, I said, well, no. I said, if I could just get 15, I'd be happy. And
so he handed us a whole handful.
Yeah, he handed us about 15 of them. So
I mean, I guess if he had 500, we might could have got them, but we didn't want to stress him out with it.
Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. But we do have some to give away at the gathering, and I do have 2 or 3 special ladies like Deborah. It was her birthday today, so I'm sending Deborah one because she sent us actually 2 candy corn reefs.
Yeah.
Back, her and Dr. Rick sent us the reefs, so Deborah's getting one. Gemini Homestead asked for one because she just decided she had to have one, so so she's getting one.
Questions are just going by while you're rattling.
Okay.
Delane, I feed my cows around 11 to 15 rolls of hay per winter, and I have 3 females and a bull, and it takes about 11 to 15 rolls. Depends on how hard the winter gets and how much grass I have, because my ryegrass has done pretty good this year.
Okay, they're saying, what's the gathering? The gathering is a get-together that Danny and I host every year, and it's going to be here in Perkinston, Mississippi, March the 21st. And
at Westside Community Center, Westside Magnolia Community Center.
Yeah, and you can check Eventbrite for tickets, and it doesn't cost you anything. We're not charging you for coming. You have to pay to get here and where you sleep, but the event is free, and we got a lot of giveaways. Hoss Tools, I got a picture somewhere, is going to be there. Travis from Hoss Tools is coming, and he is giving one of these away as a Single wheel
It's
hoe?
a single wheel hoe. Travis is going to be giving one of those away.
I just found out today that Ashley from Greenstock Planters is coming, and I'm sure she's going to be giving something away. That's my vertical planters that I grow everything in, and so we're really excited to have Ashley there. And then we're giving away a lot of Ron Foster's books. We have a couple of other authors that send books. We're going to have some of our funeral home calendars. And what are the big prizes, the other ones?
We have a Alexa Pure from Our Patriot Supply that we're going to be giving away. It's a nice water purification system. I mean, guys, this thing is top notch. It's really, really good. So we're going to be giving that away also.
Yeah. And is the calendar only good for your area? No, this is a universal calendar.
Yes, this is for the whole United States.
It tells the moon signs, the zodiac signs, all this, the moon phases, the sunrise, the sunset, the day's length.
Whether it's a good day for fishing or not,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Good days for fishing, bad days for fishing.
Let me see. I want to give thanks to this. No, to the lady.
Here you go.
Okay, we had a subscriber that went on our Amazon link and went to our wish list on Amazon and actually purchased this right here. This is an emergency crank radio that we had picked out to keep at the cabin. It's the Shadler family. Shadler, I forget however you say it, from South Mississippi. They purchased this and mailed it to us, and we didn't even know it till it showed up. And I want to say thank you,
yes,
for having done that for us.
This is a really nice little radio.
It's a solar powered radio. It's either solar or radio or battery. It's all of them.
You can show it because I had picked this out because we're really getting into this solar thing, and I put it on my wish list. And when it showed up the other day, show them the little solar battery on the solar.
Okay, this is it right here. It's a jam up little thing. It's got a little solar panel on top of it, or you can flip the. Figure out how to.
Somebody said bad day to fish. Is there such a thing?
Yeah. You can flip the light up. You flip the solar panel up. It's got a light on the back side of it, so you can see.
But
that's pretty nice.
Charges it.
But this just charges it. You sit out in the sun. It's
wind up.
Got the little. Let me if I can find it here. It's got the little crank on the side. You can.
And it also has a NOAA radio in it, right?
Yep, has a NOAA radio, and the back of it here has a little antenna you can pull out in it. It's really a nice little radio. I love it. You can run it on the lithium-ion battery that's in it, or you can run it on 3 AAA batteries that's in it.
You can charge it with the.
You can charge it with a USB port even.
So it's got multiple uses, multiple purposes, and perfect for bad weather and an off-grid cabin.
And an off-grid cabin is really nice for that. Okay, one question went by a while ago. I want to go back to it if I can remember it correctly. I don't remember who it was, but somebody asked the question, Danny, they're thinking about raising meat rabbits. Would they recommend meat rabbits over meat chickens? It takes a lot longer to raise meat rabbits than it does to raise meat chickens. Meat chickens takes about 7 to 8 weeks. They go from tiny bitties to about 10-pound birds. You know, so, and it takes about
14 weeks.
Rabbits take, well, first of all, they got to be old enough to breed. You got to get them in.
Yeah, but I mean, but babies up.
Babies take 14 weeks to grow off, and you don't end up with near as much meat as you do with a meat chicken.
Yeah. I mean, the chickens, we had anywhere from 6 to 8, 9-pound chickens, whatever.
They were 10 or better.
They were big.
Yeah.
We can cut them in half, and we freeze 2 halves. I can take a half out. Danny and I can eat 3 to 4 meals according to what I do with it. Sometimes more meals if I put it in a casserole or something. But at least 3 to 4 meals off a half of a chicken.
Yes.
A rabbit, a half of a rabbit will feed us. That's about it. They're liking the radios.
Thank you, Wolfer. Thank you for the comment.
Oregon is having some growing problems
Because
of
of
the
spraying. I've seen that.
Yeah. Could you pray for my father-in-law's tests are negative for cancer? That's lose northern lights.
Okay.
All right. Just don't move where an HOA is in charge. Oh,
Yeah.
they're telling somebody.
Country Homestead Preacher's right. Now, the rabbits are a lot cleaner now. Those, those chickens are going to be some kind of nasty. I'm just going to be honest with you. They really, really are nasty. But
you
get a lot more meat.
You get a lot more, but they eat a lot more too.
You
have to feed them
25 chickens. 25 chickens takes about, what is it, 400 pounds of feed?
I don't remember, but
I think it was like 400 pounds of feed for 25 chickens.
It was a lot. You have to feed them a lot of food. I'm just gonna say a lot. You better have the money prepared to feed them. Put it that way.
Sinclair says, "I'm back."
Good.
Oh.
How's everything in Sinclair land? All right, I was trying to think what else we had. Pictures.
Yeah, you can go through your pictures.
Let me get this. Gotta run it back.
Okay. This is what we harvested out of our. The cabbages come out of 2 of them come out of the garden. 1 of them come out of a container that we had, and then of course we're still getting tomatoes out of the greenhouse. I mean, they're just those greenhouse tomatoes are steady pumping. Them things just keep producing and keep producing. And the thing about it is that I didn't realize it till I went back and done some research on them. They're called a semi-determinate. Now, I didn't know there was a such thing as a semi-determinate, but there is. That means that they will bear, and then they will put new sprouts on and continue to bear again. So that's exactly what's happening to our tomato plants that are in the greenhouse. They are
where do I need to go back to?
Up here.
Okay.
Yeah, now you can turn it off. They are just growing and growing. I'm talking about Wanda and I are eating tomatoes almost on a daily basis. So this will be our tomato. The Celebrity Hybrid will be our tomato as a go-to tomato from this point forward.
Okay. Some of you may have seen.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay, you just didn't click it.
I didn't click it.
Okay.
Some of you may have seen my green stalk video and my mini greenhouse and my Hoss tool seed tray. It's been 4 days, guys. I have seeds coming up. Granted, it's radishes, but I have almost a full stand of radishes in my seed tray. So I'm really excited about that. And what was it, a week or so ago that you gave me the garlic?
Yeah, somebody says, do y'all ferment any of your cabbage? No, we do not ferment cabbage.
About a week or so ago, Danny gave me garlic.
I gave her. We had a bunch of garlic still in the refrigerator going through stratification. I took it out, planted what I needed to plant in our allium garden, and I had a bunch left over, and I gave it to Wanda. She went around on the property.
Around trees at the cabin.
Trees at the cabin, and she just started sticking them in the ground just anywhere. And them things are coming up. We got garlic growing everywhere.
Yeah, so if anybody ever needs garlic, I'm going to have it.
Let's see. Bree S is asking, how do those tomatoes taste? I'm telling you, this tomato tastes better than any tomato I've ever put in my mouth.
He's usually kind of fussy.
I'm usually fussy about tomatoes because they're really acidy and all this kind of stuff. This tomato is not acidy at all. And it's got a lot of meat in it. It's not all juice and stuff like that. It's just a good tomato.
Yeah. Another.
Gaussmania just popped in. Hello, Robin.
Now, Rob sent these.
Yes,
this is for the gathering.
These are for the gathering.
You want to tell them what all that is? I forgot what that's called.
We got the yo-yo reels in there. Rob sent those for fishing. He sent us a jar of honey. He sent us some of the, I can't tell if that's P-52 can openers. It looks like the P-52 military style can openers. and a bunch of fingernail clippers.
And some loofah gourd
and some
seeds.
loofah gourd seeds. I couldn't read that right up there hardly, but okay.
That's what that is. So at the gathering, we are having a seed swap. If you want to bring seeds, and people have sent me some seeds off and on. I'm getting them from 2 or 3 different sources. So we are going to be bringing them. And I do know Hoss Tools is going to be giving away a few seeds along the way, I believe.
Mary, the name of the tomato was a celebrity hybrid. Now, not the old celebrity, the old-fashioned, but a celebrity hybrid. Matter of fact, I just planted 162 of those seeds in the greenhouse.
I forgot our time went by. So can I ask the question?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's time for the calendar giveaway. The question for tonight, and I've already got my moderator supposed to know the answer.
Okay, Rob, before you go up, Okie Rob said there are P51s and P38s. I knew it was one or the other. I couldn't remember.
Good. So the question is, when I picked those calendars up last year, how many of you know where Danny was when I went to the funeral home last year?
Yeah. Who knows where I was at when Wanda went to the funeral home? Let me answer a question. Charles says, is the tomato GMO? No, you can't buy a GMO tomato seed unless you have a permit or something. So no, it's not.
Yeah. So where was Danny when I went to the funeral home last year? Let's see how many of you know your Deep South trivia.
Oh, yes.
Let's see.
Hannah, there was no clue. We just
Lake effect.
Lake effect. Okay.
Some of them are saying the hospital.
Is Gemini the one gonna catch him?
Doctor. Yeah, Gemini. All right, Sherry Pappin looks like the first one I saw. So
yeah.
Gemini, tell me what you saw. Because ours may be delayed, so I've got my moderators checking because their internet's better than ours. But I did see.
Okay, Gemini says we got a winner.
All right, Gemini, which one was it? Let's see what she pokes up right quick.
The spirit world. That's pretty cool.
Darlene says, I knew, I have no clue.
Beverly says, good thing not at the funeral home.
Danny was with Elvis at Piggly Wiggly.
It was a sighting there, and I went to see if it was real. Elvis and I were actually friends.
It was actually, Gemini, you said it was Sherry Pappin. Is that right?
Yeah.
They're saying, some of them are saying lake effect.
Lake effect said the hospital.
Yeah, it wasn't the hospital. It was actually Sherry Pappin. And Sherry said he was at home.
Yeah.
And so the first live stream we did after that, and we were talking about the funeral home calendars, everybody was making fun of me for going to the funeral home while Danny was sick in bed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sherry Pappin.
It was Sherry. It was Sherry. I thought it was. So Sherry gets the calendar. So Sherry,
send me an email. Even though I know I have your information somewhere, send me an email again with it. And Sherry is the one that made the T-shirts for the gathering last year that was Garden Like Your Life Depends on It, because it does. And she said she would still make those shirts if anybody's interested. And she said she's excited to receive the calendar. So, Sherry, I'll get a calendar off to you this week. All right, so I don't know if they have any more questions. But if anybody
there's so many of them went by and I forgot half of what I've seen.
And if you're going to want a T-shirt for this gathering with the Gathering 2020 logo on it, I think they run out tonight or tomorrow for this campaign, and I'm not sure if there's another one before. I think there might be one more that you could still get your T-shirts before the gathering. Kickin' Ash says they want a T-shirt. Sherry Pappin I think hers is Clay Girl at You'll have to type it out, Sherry. I can't remember. It's Claygirl at. I forgot the email. You have to
Bonnie,
send her an email.
we got one of our fruit tree orders in. We have 2 more fruit tree orders coming in that we have not got in yet. And we got Fuji apples, we got Gala apples, we got Honeycrisp apples, we got Anna apples, we got Keeper pears, we got Orient pears, we got native plums, we got gosh, there's so many more. I can't even remember how many more. We got like 40 or 50 different trees.
Did we get our potatoes? No, we haven't. They're on the way. Hoss Tools has shipped them, but we haven't received them yet. So probably by Monday, we should have our potatoes.
We're hoping. Because I need them. We're way behind on planting potatoes.
Yeah.
What zone are we in? We are in zone 8B.
Yeah. Can I keep the garlic chives in pots? Yes.
Yes.
They will grow in pots.
They will grow in a pot. Yes, they will.
They'll grow anywhere there's
they'll grow anywhere they'll grow if there's no dirt.
Just about.
You cannot kill them.
So,
if you kill them, you're in bad shape.
So how many trees all together? I really don't know.
I don't even know. We're probably all together, time it's said and done with all of them, probably close to 50.
Probably, because we're getting them from several different places.
We're getting them from 3 different places. One we've already got in, and we got 8, 9, 10 through them.
That was through a local hardware store?
That was a local hardware store. We got 10 of them through them. The other one's got like 30 coming or something like that.
Yes, and that's going to be Gurney's.
That would be Gurney's. And then we've got 2 more coming from another supplier.
That we'll talk about
later this week, yeah.
And then if Aaron and Alan, they may be.
Oh yeah, if Aaron and Alan become, some of our subscribers, we may be getting 2 from them, citrus trees, yeah.
Karen's Hoss Tools potatoes came in yesterday. Wow. Is the gathering a good idea this year? Could someone show up with the virus or something?
Well, if they do, it is what it is. I mean, you go to town, you go everywhere else. I mean.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
We talked about it.
Now, if it was severe everywhere, we would.
If there was a national outbreak, and they were quarantining people left and right everywhere in the United States,
it would make sense to shut it down.
I would say no, we're not going to do it. But
right now, it's mainly the flu or something. Mr. John wants to know: are we going to cut and dry the seed potatoes?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to put me behind, Mr. John. I'm going to be behind probably 2 to 3 weeks, but. There's nothing I can do about it because I fooled around and I decided to go with these potatoes from Hoss Tool because I wanted all 8 different varieties just to see how they would do on my property here so I could pick the best out of 8. And actually we're going to have 10 different varieties altogether because we have our own that we've raised ourselves. We have the White Russians that we ordered off of Amazon. And so that's going to give us 10 different varieties of potatoes.
When do you normally plant potatoes?
I normally plant potatoes around January the 20th.
Did we get them as standards or dwarfs? We have a variety. A lot of them are normal.
Most of them are standard.
But I ordered several dwarfs because we have a reason behind that, and we'll explain that next week.
Yeah.
We do have a nice announcement on Friday.
This coming Friday, we have a big time announcement coming.
So I just don't want to give it away. I'm anxious too. But
I know, but Deep South is fixing to make another massive change here at the Homestead, and I think that you will be very well pleased by the changes that we're making. Wanda and I have to do this. It's something that we have to do because we're not getting any younger, so we're having to make some massive changes.
All right. He ain't giving my video
away.
No,
I ain't giving your video away, but I mean.
Yeah. No, we have been talking about this for a while, and so everything is gearing us toward old age, right?
Yeah, everything's about taking care of our older age. Yeah.
That's basically what we're doing.
And while we still have the health to do a few things, we're trying to get them done, like the cabin build. that's something Wanda and I have been wanting for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And last year for Valentine's,
That's my question.
What?
Don't say you almost give my question away from the next giveaway.
Oh. Well, I didn't know. I mean, she keeps these things from me, and I didn't know. I had no clue.
You were fixing to say something.
Okay.
We got a question coming about Valentine's last year.
Okay, about Valentine's last year. Okay.
I told you that a while ago.
No? If you did, I don't remember.
I know.
Okay.
You don't remember, but maybe I didn't tell it. No, this week yesterday you worked on my kitchen cabinets.
I worked on your kitchen cabinets yesterday, yeah.
They are looking great. I don't have a picture yet.
What I was going to say was that's what I did for you for Valentine's was I built your kitchen cabinets, your bottom kitchen cabinets. We went and bought all the material because we had talked about what we wanted to do for her Valentine's, and that's what I did. I didn't know that was going to be an issue.
Gemini's laughing because she knows what the question is.
Oh, man. Okay.
You almost got in trouble on that one.
Okay.
I'd have had to change questions right in the middle of something now.
Yeah, but that is what I did for her. She's been wanting these bottom kitchen cabinets finished, and the top. I got the top ones done for her, but she's been wanting me to get the bottom ones done.
Will shallots continue to grow through the summer down in Louisiana?
Yes.
Dealing with old age, jacked up back and lung issues, and he's only 43. Danny can tell you he aged fast because of issues.
I had physical issues, some massive accidents that happened in my life, and I'm dealing with them on a big time daily basis now.
Yeah. He had a guy, a chiropractor. You were 40?
When I was 49 years old, I messed my back up, and I had to go to a chiropractor. He told me, he said, "Son, how old are you?" And I told him, I said, "I'm 49 years old." He said, "You've got the body of a 70-year-old." So that was when I was 49, and I'm 60 now, so maybe I got the body of a 100-year-old or something.
Probably.
I don't know.
Pretty close.
Let's see. Walt Tollett says, love the smokehouse. Actually, Miss Wanda's got some videos coming up about the smokehouse, I hope, because one
Monday.
Okay, one Monday.
Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday.
But Thursday's the cabin.
Well, hopefully Wednesday we will have the reveal of the smokehouse, and I'm hoping to do a premiere. But if I do it at 4 o'clock in the morning, that means Danny and I have to be up for a premiere at 4 o'clock in the morning. So if there's not a video on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, be looking for it around 6 or 7, because that way we'll be up and we can be in the premiere and answer questions. That's usually how a premiere works. You put it up, and it's like when it comes out the first time, it'll have like a live chat the first time, I think is how it works. And I can sit and chat with you during the premiere. So when I get that video done, hopefully Wednesday, I'm shooting for Wednesday. We'll just say that.
Oh, like Prairie Girl. She says, they call it the golden years, but the only thing gold is your pee. Laugh out loud. This is so true. This is so true. Yes. Hello, Ms. Ashley. It is so good to see you, sweetheart.
Yes.
Been missing you, I'll tell you.
And she is getting her new homestead.
Yes, they're getting a new homestead. They are. And I'm so happy for them. Can't wait to see the smokehouse, Kicking Ash says. Look, this thing works like a dream. As a matter of fact, this Friday, the bacon will be cured and ready to go in it this Friday.
Yeah, but those videos will come out
like next week. Yeah.
Hopefully. But I'm running at least a week behind on that because
I can't help it. I have to have help.
I have to go work on videos. And he says, no, we have to get this done.
I said, if you want this project to be completed, I need you on the other end doing things, because there's some things it takes two people doing. Like,
yes,
I can't tell
Ashley.
them what it's like.
Yes, Ashley, we'll be here. Ashley says she's going to come by tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
We'll be here.
I've been missing her. Gosh, I miss that girl.
Yeah. And let's see. One day we had, well, I know I've got at least one video on gardening that I hadn't got up, and we did that
Yeah.
3 or 4 days ago. But it's going to be late next week, or it may be the week after, or I may have to pop 2 videos up one day because
Well,
we're
that's
just,
one of the benefits of being on Patreon. When you're on Patreon, they get to see everything as it happens.
no, they don't. I mean, those type
Pretty
videos
much.
I'm not putting over there.
I know, but pretty much everything that happens around here, like the smokehouse and all that kind
they
of
get
stuff,
to get a update.
they get an update on Patreon. They get to
Yeah.
see all the new stuff that's going on. It may not be a full video, but they get to see the updates on everything.
So I'm hoping to have the smokehouse at least.
Maybe 2 next week.
Yeah, try.
She'll try because y'all, you got to understand, it takes a long time to edit this stuff.
Yeah, because we make clips like the smokehouse. There's no telling how many clips we make. And
Yeah,
I have to go through every one of them, and I have to cut out the fading out parts. I have to cut out barking dogs. I have to add music. Sometimes if he'll be walking around for 10 minutes, I have to cut all that out. But I have to watch it because I have to know if he stopped and said something that needs to go in the video.
And sometimes I say things that I ought not say, and she's got to take that out.
Yeah, and like when you hit your finger.
Like when I hit, and she didn't even show that. When I was nailing on that smokehouse, I was hammering away, and that was so cold. I was bundled up, had no business out there to start with. I couldn't feel my hands; they were so cold. And I fooled around and just smacked my finger with that hammer, and yeah. I just probably said a lot of things, and she had to take all that out. You know. Do I know Dr. John Bergman on YouTube? He is a fun and smart doctor. Yes, I do know Dr. John Bergman. I do know him, yes.
Robin wants to know, how do I figure all that out? Well, it started out when we started YouTube, it was all his baby.
Yeah, I did all the editing at that point.
All I did was film. I didn't want to be on YouTube. I didn't want to do anything. I said, I will film you. You put everything together. So he edited probably the first, maybe close to a year.
Probably the first year.
I mean, I might edit a little bit, learning the process, but he did most of it, and his eyes got to bothering him. And so I took over, and when I did, I started going further into it and learning new things. And every time, the first couple of years, we had different YouTube channels come visit with us. And every time one of them came, I picked their brain on what to do and how to do something new with the editing program. And so that's how I learned to edit, is I asked questions of all kinds of people all over the place and found new techniques on things. And I'm not good at it, but I like it. It's something fun to do. Some days it gets aggravating, but.
Danny, have I had a flooding problem in my garden? No. Our land does not flood. It's so sandy here.
The gardens don't.
The gardens don't flood. No. Now, the holler will get full of water, but the gardens do not flood.
We have, sometimes we're on hills, and we will have, what you call it, that washes in the gardens occasionally.
Yeah, we have gullies come across.
Gullies, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a gully that'll wash across between the terraces, but let's see. You want to give away your other book?
Yes. Well, I don't have Ron's books in here tonight, but let's see, where did I have?
Pull them up. They're right down here. Just pull up the pictures. We ain't even looked at all the pictures yet, have we?
I think so.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, there they are, right there, just the very bottom.
All right, this is one set of books, and this is by Ron Foster. He is a Southern prepper fiction guy, and none of these are about zombies or anything like this. This is real people, well, fictional people, having real problems if something happened, like an EMP or any kind of disaster type thing. One of them, a hurricane, and then a epidemic broke out afterward, things like that. So the question is, in order to win one of these books, what did Danny and I announce last year at Valentine's Day?
Gosh, that's crazy on me because I don't know if I remember that one.
That's what you started to say a while ago that I stopped
No,
you
I was going to talk about the kitchen cabinets for Valentine's.
this year. I thought you were talking about last year's.
No, no,
Yeah, I know I told you this because you and I talked about this earlier. I do remember now.
Kicking Ash says, I'm going to look up his books. Always need more to read. We got a link in the description down below as soon as the video's off.
Yes, I think so. Where is my thing?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So, what did we announce last Valentine's Day? Wasn't the bed. Felicia Brown is the first one I see. Let me see if Gemini sees what I see.
Gemini says, we have a winner.
All right, tell me the name, Miss Lippy. I think it was Felicia Brown, but let them
We shall
confirm
see.
it. Da, 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 da. See? All right, we're waiting on Lippy. Let's see who she says. It was the cabin build.
It was, yeah.
Felicia Brown.
Okay,
yes.
I thought that's who it was. Yeah.
Felicia, send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com.
Tenacious Tortoise says that you're building the smokehouse. Just a wild guess. No, I did build a smokehouse, but it was a lot earlier than that, though.
The cabin at last February, we bought all the beginning stages of the cabin to frame it up. That was our Valentine's present.
We gave that to each other for a Valentine's gift. All the framing for our new candy corn cabin.
Yes, and that's what we announced. And Felicia, Ron said he would send you the book of your choice. So go on Amazon, type in Ron Foster, Southern Prepper Fiction author or something like that, and his book should come up, and just browse through them. And in the email, let me know which book you want, and he will send you an audio link first so that you can be listening to it, and the actual book will come in the mail a few days later.
Oh, let's see here. Sunkid says, Danny, will you have a smudge pot for your fruit trees in case it gets too cold and the peaches get their blooms bit or whatever, something like that? No, I don't have any smudge pots. Where mine are located, they're on the south side of a hill, so that when the southeast side, let me say that, so that when the sun comes up in the mornings, they're protected on the north side by some large timber, and when the sun comes up in the morning, it should nail them right off the bat, and it should keep them from getting bit too bad. So.
Now, Jude said they installed a French drain.
I saw that because of flooding in the garden. It goes in a barrel under the ground.
And then they can water back into the garden.
Yeah.
Yes. Through my kitchen window says,
finally catching y'all alive. Hey.
Yeah. Butcher Holler. Oh, they're talking.
Yeah, talking about Loretta Lynn. Yeah.
Yeah.
She sings a song called Butcher Holler.
Yeah. What else did we do this week? We've been doing some gardening.
We planted our English peas. All of our English peas are planted.
And we planted the
some of them are actually up. Didn't you take some pictures of them?
Yes, but they're on my phone. I didn't get them sent over.
Oh, I forgot. That was my English peas. Look, we got English peas up about this tall, and we have. I told her to go take a picture of this tender greens.
It's huge.
We got tender greens that would fill a wheelbarrow up one plant. And it's in my compost pile. And I wanted to show just what one plant would do coming up in a compost pile. This thing is, I mean, the leaves on it are probably 2 foot long and 1 foot wide.
Yes.
They're huge.
Somebody wants to know, do you play any musical instruments?
Well, at one time, I was the #1 trumpet player for a band, but I don't play the trumpet anymore. I played the guitar when I was younger, but I don't play the guitar anymore. And right now, the only musical instrument I play is the radio.
Yeah.
Do you use drip for all your trees? Michael, no, I don't use any drip irrigation on any of my trees, except for some of my dwarf trees I'm getting. I might use some drip irrigation on the dwarf trees.
What am what did we do this week? Actually, we worked on the smokehouse a little bit.
Yeah, we worked on the smokehouse. I
We-
worked on your upper kitchen cabinets.
The lower
And
kitchen
the lower
cabinets.
kitchen cabinets. I installed the lighting underneath the cabinets.
We cured the bacon.
We cured bacon.
We spent
We have
time,
a video coming up on curing bacon too, a new video.
Yeah.
If you ever get to it.
Ever get to it.
Yeah.
We spent time at the funeral home.
We did. We spent we spent a long time at the funeral home. Yeah. Matter of fact.
If y'all ever come to Wiggins and there's not a funeral going on, stop in and visit with Darren. He's a good guy. We may have to just make sure he comes.
Firefly Woods says, "What is a tender green? What is a tender green? Lord have mercy! Anytime you go to a seed store, you look and they have tender green sale. It's in the mustard family. It is the best mustard green you will ever eat. And once you plant them in your garden and you let them go to seed, you'll never have to worry about it again. They will be there forever."
Oh, Ron reminded us, we did the silver fire rocket stove.
Oh, yeah.
Danny just walked off and left me to cook, as usual.
Well, she asked me to do the video, so I did the video, and I thought I had it about finished. You know, I walked off and left. I had work to do. I can't just sit around and make videos all the time. I have to work.
You went to a neighbor's and visited.
But I had to go over there. It was for a reason, though.
I know. Yeah. So we did the silver fire rocket stove, and y'all, it perked that coffee in no time. I was really, really shocked. So I have videos coming up. We're going to start this summer using that off and on to cook with, and we're going to see how well it cooks, different things. I even saw somebody mention they cooked roast in it and all kinds of stuff. I like my roast in a slow cooker, so I don't know how a rocket stove, I would probably have to play around with the fire on it, but it could be done. I could make stew out of it.
You could. Kick and Ash, if you come to the gathering, we're going to be giving these calendars away all day long because we only got like 15 of them. Yeah, so
we ain't giving a bunch away.
We won't be giving a bunch of them away, Richard says, "I'm dying to meet Darren."
No,
that's what I told Darren. I said, "Darren, you got one of the best jobs in the world. People are just dying to get in here."
Are you milking your girl yet?
I milked her today a little bit out there just so she'd get used to it.
Yeah.
The calf is growing up so fast. It's starting to eat a little feed now, and I've got the halter on its head.
She goes in the back by herself.
Leaves Mom alone. I mean, I just gotta. As a matter of fact, that was one of the good things that Darren talked to me about because Darren has milk cows, and he told me that because we were thinking about locking the baby up at night and milking Dolly in the morning. He said, "Danny, I wouldn't do that if I was you." He said, "If you do that, you'll only get about this much cream." He said, "If you lock the baby up during the day and let the mama go out to pasture and let the baby nurse at night," he said, "you'll get about that much cream." Because that's what he does with his calves. What variety of peach trees do you recommend for zone 8B? You can do the Alberta. The Alberta works really well. What's those ones we ordered?
I keep hearing something bumping. Is that? I don't know. It's maybe outside.
I forgot that the dwarf one we ordered was.
I don't know.
I don't remember the name of the dwarf one.
Alberta is the only one.
Alberta was the big one that we ordered. Oh, Kicking Ash says, just in case. You don't have to buy it. If you go by there, he'll just give you one.
Yeah, that's what he said. He would go by in case he don't win one.
Yeah, just tell him Danny King. He may not get out of there for a while, but.
You won't make it to the gathering for a while. You'll be visiting with Darren. I promise you, you'll love the guy.
Get started on Homestead says, "I'm back. I was milking the rabbit." Laugh out loud.
What are our plans for the milk? I want to make cheese and butter. That's my two goals, is cheese and butter. We don't drink milk, but I would use it in making stuff, I guess. But cheese and butter, yogurt.
I heard that boom just now.
I keep hearing it.
That's probably the military base bombing. Where did your cooker come from? That's a Silver Fire.
It's silverfire.us, I think. Or I think it's.
There's a link in the video. If you go back to the video, there's a link down in it, in the description for it. Somebody said they went to the link. I saw a thing and they said they couldn't find the price.
Well, that ain't my fault they didn't put the price.
Yeah.
I can't help you there. You'll have to contact them.
What woods do we smoke with down here? I like to use lilac. Lilac? Liac?
That's what it looks like.
We use hickory. We use pecan. We use our own apple. We never buy any wood from a store because most of us had chemicals sprayed on it. We use our own apples. We use red oak. And those are some of the main ones we use.
He said he'd go after the gathering. He ain't missing the gathering.
No, you better go after it. You better make sure Darren's there too. You better call and ask if Darren's there.
We'll try to get him. We'll invite him to the gathering, but his job depends on how many funerals they are and what time of the day. So
Jessica says, what is it about 5G that you don't like? You speak of it as trying to block it and never say why. 5G, the new 5G now is a military weapon that has been used for many years in the military. It messes with the brain, it messes with the mind, it causes mind control and all that kind of stuff. This new 5G, they're putting it out as an internet thing, but it really deals with mind control.
Belle of Georgia. That was the name.
That was one of them, Belle of Georgia, yeah.
Yes, thank you, Papa Truck. And he said the Bonanza Dwarf is another one that would work there. How have y'all been?
Do you guys have any pawpaw trees? No, we do not have any pawpaw trees.
On the farm with JT. He says, how have we been? He's not been around. JT's the guy that was doing the live stream after us.
Oh, the young boy.
Yes.
Yes. We've been doing fine, JT.
Yeah, when you were saying kicking ash.
Yeah.
They thought you were saying something else.
No, it's kicking ash. He's in the video.
But you don't put the S on it the H on the end exactly.
Okay.
That was why they were. It's named after his brother who passed away, who was a firefighter.
Sammy Bola says, I never put any fertilizer in my garden, just coffee and wood ash. Is this enough to my garden? No, that is not enough to your garden. If you keep putting too much wood ash, you will end up, your soil pH will be so high that your plants will not take up anything out of the soil. You'll be locked them up. You need to be using some forms of fertilizer in your garden, whether it's cow manure, chicken manure, composted chicken manure, rabbit manure, blood meal, bone meal, any of these things will work.
Ron says they do have prices on them, but they have different size stoves. So you should have went in when you go to the link, click on different ones for prices.
Dana said she went to the Broad Fork site and couldn't find a price there either.
They were on sale.
They were on sale this last week.
When I went 2 weeks ago, I think, or last week, I don't remember. When I went, I thought there was a price on that one too because I saw the sale price. I don't remember.
Tenacious Tortoise, they installed smart meters here probably 15 years ago.
Yeah, we've had them a long
time.
Tennessee Homestead says 5G messes with the minds, ? I thought that was the colleges today.
What the colleges today was for. Now, Rich, it is what the colleges are doing. You know, over on Patreon, I have a video about that. But yes, 5G technology, and Rich would know this. It was used in the military. Special Forces has used it for quite a while in the military. It goes way back.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of my old buddies that talked about using it. Danny, isn't blood meal got bad stuff in it? No, it's got blood in it. It's not bad. It's a nitrogen fertilizer is all it is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I opted out, but have to pay $25 a month for the pleasure.
All right, so
this
next week y'all be putting your prayer request
up? Yeah, go ahead and start putting your prayer request up now because it's about 2 minutes till 9 o'clock.
But we do want to
what types of trees help for the blocking of 5G in Zone 4A? Maybe you couldn't make a list of those for us who are interested. Any of your evergreen trees that have leaves on them. Any of your I guess you call it like a magnolia, hollies, and all this kind of stuff that have leaves on them. Two things a scientist from Sweden told me that they found that will block 5G is dirt and a heavy mat of evergreen leaves. Or wet leaves will do the same thing.
Yeah. We want to remember my daughter-in-law. Her grandfather passed away this week. Her name is Patty. And somebody else. There was something else I just saw. Okay, I forgot. I saw something and then it went. Oh, Adrian Patton. They had some storm damage there. I messaged him this week. He was okay, but they did have a little bit of storm damage in his area. And I've been watching a lot of, Danny and I both have a lot of the weather in the last couple of days. And there's places all over the place either had snow, flooding, something, tornadoes. Even where my kids lived last week, or one day this week, there was some tornado damage. It wasn't severe, but it was slight damage.
Negate the deep state says, pray the Lord will send me a helpmate. We will do that. Pray for all the quarantines as they are returning to this country from China. They're coming into Lakeland. It's in California. Is that not Lakeland? Is it Lakeland Air Force Base?
Something like that.
That they're actually bringing these people into over there and quarantining them. Prayers for my lower back and lung function. That's J and B.
Eugene asked, who do we buy our trees from? Our fruit trees, we got some from a local place here in town that got them from Alabama.
Wilmer, Alabama.
Turner Farms
in Wilmer, Alabama.
And then we've ordered some from Gurney's. And then we have another place coming up.
Another company. I don't know where these others come from. They just have a supplier.
Yeah.
It's just another place. I don't even know what the name of their supplier is.
We'll have to see if we can find out. But now the ones we got from Turner Farms they're in pots, 3-gallon pots.
3-gallon pots, yes.
The ones we're getting from Gurney's are bare root. So there is a difference.
There's a difference. Yeah, those are bare root. That's the reason we could get more of them. San Antonio is a base for quarantine also, Eagles Lover said. Lackland, San Antonio. Okay.
Outlaw Annie is going for a 6-month checkup.
Gemini's grandson's got the flu. Continue to pray for my neighbor. His wife was killed right down the road from my house here this past week. On her way out in the morning, she got hit in the driver's door by a pickup truck, and it took her life. She's our next door neighbor. She was probably 40 years old, maybe a little older.
Tenacious Tortoise said, pray for his wife, Gina. She's bipolar with anxiety. Adrian said, tornado on Thursday and snow on today. Wow.
All day today. Wow, Adrian. When do you guys plant your carrots and garlic? We plant them usually in October.
Gosmanius' husband had a stroke.
Mary Beth says, praise report. My disability went through finally. Yes. Yes.
That's great.
Prayers being answered.
Have you ever cooked with a sun oven? I don't own a sun.
We don't even own a sun oven.
Now, when the Lorries were here, Heidi did use it and cooked
Heidi did.
Sweet potatoes. And
did good.
Is it only sweet potatoes?
Yeah, she took it on the hill back there and planted sweet potatoes in it. Yeah.
No, cooked sweet potatoes, not planted.
Oh, I'm sorry. She cooked sweet potatoes in it. She didn't plant. Grandma Rose says, I got apple trees from Isons for $25 each. That's a pretty decent price. You can get them in pots a lot cheaper if you go to the right source, though.
Yeah.
Pray to God to bless me with the right home in North Georgia mountains. That's Robin Taylor.
We have a lot that are looking for homes. We've had 2 or 3 that have gotten their land.
Ashley and them have actually bought their land, and it's actually turned out really good for them.
And we have a neighbor that I think their property's going through, and so maybe tomorrow we will announce that. If we'll be talking to them tomorrow.
Well, we'll meet with them tomorrow and talk about it. But there's a lot of people right now looking for property. I think Tori.
They have their property. She got her property.
Yeah, is that Two Eyes Ministry?
Eyes
to see. Okay, I'll get it right.
She's got her property.
They've got their property, and they're going to be moving to it as soon as her husband retires. So, I mean, guys, it's there's a lot of people out there looking for property right now, and now's the time. I'm going to tell you, if you plan on getting away, you better get away now because you got till 2022. I'm gonna just be honest with you. You know, me and David Dubai on Adapt 2030 talked about this. David was saying 2024. I told him I don't think we have till 2024. I think it's going to be 2022 when everything goes bad. As a matter of fact, you're fixing to start seeing a global financial collapse is probably right around the corner.
We have a video coming up tomorrow of Danny planting sweet potatoes for slips.
Yes.
So anybody that does not know how to plant sweet potatoes for slips, please watch tomorrow because he's going to show you in about, what, 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be taking
Should be
slips
about
off.
6 weeks. Yeah, it should be about 6
They
weeks.
should be tall enough. We'll show you a video when they start sprouting and get, a little tall so you can see how long it took to get to that stage. And then we'll show you how to take the slips off when they get to that stage. So we're going to try and walk you through growing sweet potatoes this year, step by step, as it comes along.
Okay. All right, we need to pray so we can all have time to get our beauty rest in. I know it don't help some of us, but some of us it does. Yeah. Okay. Father, we thank you so much for being so good to us. You've really been awesome this past week. You've never let us down. You've always been there when we need you, and we want to praise you for that. We thank you for just your generosity and your kindness and for being there when we need someone to talk to and for filling that void in our life when that emptiness comes, Father. We thank you for that. And for those on here that's lost spouses, Lord, I pray that you'll be that comforter for them. You've said that you would. You were for me when that time come from my life. You were there when I needed you, and you filled that void for me, Father. And Lord, I thank you for that. And I pray for the ones that have lost and that you will fill that void for them. And dear Father, I think about those that are looking for homesteads, and there's a lot of them out there that's looking for land. They're looking for somewhere to go to get out of where they're at. And I pray that you'll make it happen and make it happen fast before this economy goes on the blink, Father, because we're right on the verge of it going on the blink because of the things that's going on in the world. I can't really go into it on a live stream, but Father, over on Patreon I talk about a lot of this stuff, and I'm really worried about the conditions that our country's facing, and I pray for our nation as a whole that you'll be with people like the ones on here who's looking for a place and give them time, Father, to actually get something purchased and be able to get away from harm's way. Lord, all those that have sicknesses that was mentioned on here, lots of them are going for tests. We pray that their tests will come back benign, Lord, that there won't be any problems. I know one said they was going for something on adrenal glands, a cyst or a mass or something, Lord, and I pray that it will be benign for them. And Lord, there was so many other ones that was mentioning different things that they had to go have tests for. And Lord, I just pray that their tests will all come back negative and everything will be good for them now. And Father, we know you're the great physician. You can do this. And I pray that we'll have faith enough to believe that you can do it. Thank you for the praise report we got tonight. Lord, that was a blessing. It's always a blessing to hear where you have answered prayers. And we want to praise you for that, for answering that prayer and acknowledge it. And Father, we just pray that as we go through this coming week, that you will meet all of our needs. You've done such an awesome job this week in making everything come together for us. It's just been amazing that you've done all these good things for us this week, Lord. And Father, I just pray that for everyone that's in this chat tonight, you'll do the same for them. You will give them a good week, Lord, and that they'll have the blessings of obedience, the fruits of the Spirit to be granted to them, and financial resources that they need to accomplish their tasks. And whatever their hands touch, Father, may it be blessed and may it come to fruition for them, Father. We ask all these things in thy name. Amen. Yay! All right.
Somebody said, anyone know about grading your land?
Nicole, depends on what you're talking about. on our land here, we took a transit and we shot terrace rows, and we put terraces up to keep our land from washing. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure what she meant by grading meant.
But leveling off. Now, Ron, which is M-I-N, let me see, MINRLWTR, says there's 5 acres of land, 15,000 near him in Alabama with a small barn. So if you're interested in things like that, you should try and talk to these people that put those type things up, because I'm not sure what part Alabama is in, but somewhere in Alabama. Guys, thank you for moderating.
Yes, thank you for moderating
The
for
two
us.
that won the gifts, please email me. Let me know, and we will get things to you, and we will see y'all next week.
Or in the next video.
We'll have several videos.
We have a lot of videos if we just have time to get them edited. And now we're having problems getting them uploaded because our internet system,
It's slow.
they're throttling us back because they realize we use so much data now. So they're actually punishing
So if anybody knows any good satellite something that's better than what we've got, it would be awesome. But
I don't know. Where we live at, I don't know if there's any hope.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything anywhere that would do. But guys, we hope to get them up. Used to, I could sit and on Saturdays and Sundays I could put one video up right behind the other, and usually it would take less than 2 hours. Now sometimes it's taking 3 and 4 and 5 hours to do a video and get it uploaded. That's not even editing. The editing takes a while too, but it's just taking so long. So y'all just pray I get it all done.
We're fixing to see if we can successfully turn this thing off tonight. Okay?
Yes.
Let me see what happens here.